once again to get a check of what's happening in the world of weather with the Market Journal's meteorologist, that is Eric Hunt. Eric, one of the stories this week has been looking back actually to last month and seeing just how dry it was.
Thanks, Bryce. No rain in sight pretty much for anybody in the state coming up here the next couple of weeks. If you're interested in the longer range forecast, though, I do offer a webinar every month, second Tuesday at 9 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Mountain Time. Register at the Crop Watch page shown here. Start the week off, though, at least Saturday. We have relatively high fire danger across most of the state, particularly across portions of southeastern Nebraska on Saturday morning, where we may have wind gusts over 40 miles an hour at times before the front arrives. After the front arrives, temperatures will drop off a little bit, probably getting in the mid-90s here across portions of southeastern Nebraska on Saturday before that front arrives, though. In terms of the overall upper pattern, no, we are basically stuck with this ridge across the northern portion of this continent for at least the next 10 days, probably even beyond that. That's going to help keep us relatively clear and certainly no precipitation. As basically shown here by the WBC, nowhere in Nebraska is expected any precipitation in the next week. I would kind of anticipate that being the case for the week following this one as well. In terms of temperatures, we are likely to see some frost across portions of western, and I would think probably even portions of north central and central Nebraska will have a chance of some frost on Monday morning. Temperatures everywhere else probably will get into the upper, somewhere between the mid-30s and low to mid-40s. So a little bit cooler. But we will be warming up those as we head later in the week. Particularly Wednesday through Saturday, we're likely to see temperatures well above average across the entire region. Highs should be 80s statewide, and it wouldn't surprise me if we don't have temperatures close to 90 degrees across the southern border as we head into Thursday and Friday of this next week. This outlook is expected to continue. Temperatures will probably remain very, very warm as we head to the middle of October as this ridge kind of stays put in place for a while. Precipitation also likely to be pretty low. I think this is probably a little bit optimistic in terms of what they're projecting here in the Southwest. This may come to fruition a little bit later in October, but right now I don't see any realistic chance of anywhere in Nebraska getting any precipitation until closer to October 20th, possibly beyond that. Hopefully I'm wrong on this one. In terms of drought monitor, again, we are seeing about half the state now with some form of drought, and we now have 24 counties in the state with severe drought. Nowhere's worse than that yet, but we're probably getting close to being D3 in a couple of spots as well. One of the reasons we've seen this is we now, preliminary evidence would suggest that we have seen the driest September on record across the state. It certainly officially was the driest on record in both Omaha and Norfolk. Soil moisture across this region is basically abysmal. Even if this isn't literally correct, directionally it's absolutely right. We are very, very dry across this entire region, and fire danger will remain an issue until we start getting some better moisture back in this region. Soil temperatures right now mostly in the 60s across the state, and we range from 18 to 101 across the state this last week. Back to you, Bryce.